The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Here we go. Cubs Sox. Let's do this. The moment interleague play began back in the 90s, it was a joy to have this matchup take place. And we can go back a little history here. Let's see if we have some Kenzie impressive stats here. Let's see how she reacts to some of the statistics here. The Cubs Sox played in the 1906 World Series, Kenzie, and the Cubs lost to the White Sox. Now, they won the next two, and I can only imagine that team in 1908 was going like, man, one more year and we do something we've never heard of called a three-peat.
Yeah, a dynasty's born.
And then they had to wait hundreds of years to do it again. But they didn't play again in games that count until 1997. So you're talking 90 years to the point where the Cubs Sox played again in meaningful games from that 06 World Series to 97. And now today they're playing here just like it's normal. Impressive stat?
I mean, in what way? That it took them that long to play again? Like, what are you asking? Each other in a meaningful way?
Yeah, impressive information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably should have started playing each other a little sooner. Driving all around, flying all around. You could have just hopped over here.
Yeah, that's right there.
It would have been easier.
I really wonder how sports fans and people think here in Chicago about the rivalry. Is it getting watered down each generation? Because this used to be vile. This used to be rooting for the other team to die in a plane crash when they travel. That's really what it used to be.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to get in.
I mean, I don't like the Cubs, but I hope everybody gets there safe and sound with
They have families.
our brave pilots that fly everywhere.
I said a friend of mine. I didn't say I said that.
Okay.
I'm just saying people said things. But I was trying to get in that Rise Against song playing there to get Kenzie riled up for like being case of this conversation at 4 a.m. about how this should be a 4-game series. Give us a couple day games. Don't put it on a Tuesday and a Wednesday night games. Don't do that. This is Cubs Sox. I don't care if they're not in the running for the World Series at this point. This is a rivalry, and you feed into it like football does. Like even hockey does great jobs with the rivalry matchups. Basketball does an awesome job. Why is baseball just throwing this out there? Oh, it's Cubs Sox Tuesday, Wednesday night.
4 games in this city to see them.
I want 8. I want 4-game series on both sides. I want to do that.
I just think that actually is unnecessary. I really do. Because it's not, okay, when you play series against other teams, you have one here, one there, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have all 4 games here. You can't find one out of the 4 to make it to. It's
Okay,
your problem.
it's not about going to them. It's about making this something that Major League Baseball can put on the map. You know the ratings for Cubs, White Sox? First off, they'll own the town here. But I'm also wondering the other side of it is that do fans care enough, like Kenzie's making her point, I'm making mine, about I still think it should be at least give me 3, give me 6 games then. Make it a 3-game series. Give me a day game.
Are we wrong, Brian and I, for wanting rivalries to be a little bit more intense than they are now, just through all of sports, whether it be Bears, Packers, Red Sox, Yankees, Cubs, White Sox? Perhaps it's unhealthy of us to hate somebody just because they're wearing another color jersey, even though I'm with you. Whenever I see a Red Sox player and a Yankees player or a Cubs player and a White Sox player laughing, loitering, hanging out, it drives me nuts. I wish they would, instead punch each other in the guts. But I think Kenzie is actually the more balanced, well-thought-out person here.
Yeah, I think you sell down. Because of rivalry, I'm a Cubs fan. I don't want the White Sox to win.
Right.
At all.
But do you want them to die in a plane crash?
But I don't know. I really don't.
And I don't either. I'm just saying the way it used to be.
Half the time we take each other's players. So trade deadline's coming up. I'm not going to wish on that.
Well, let us know what your side is on rivalry. A lot of I get people saying, I'm a Chicago fan. I like both teams. And
See, that I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think you got to be a fan of something. Pick.
Yeah, take a side.
Be a fan.
Take a side.
But again, I'm not like, I want to spit on a Sox fan. Like, I don't feel anger in my soul because if these teams don't exist and then it's not fun. It is fun to be able to have rivalries and go. If everyone was a Cubs fan, it would kind of be boring. Right?
It's weird.
I know what you're trying to say.
It's weird. The world as a whole is more tense and there might be more hate than there's ever been, but athletes have chilled out.
Yeah,
They're all cool with each other.
I guess that's what I'm saying, and I don't want the world.
Politics is really.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. is that everybody is so heated. Brian and I always talk about how we feel like we can make one wrong look at somebody and we could get stabbed, which is not a Chicago issue. That's a worldly issue. And then athletes are just like, the guy's on the other team. He's cool. He's my friend. It's weird.
Sports hate is fun. Real world hate sucks.
Yeah,
I mean,
bad.
but it seems like the sports hate has gone away.
I think that we're all tired. I'm so tired. When people get mad at me, I'm like, I can't do it. I feel like I'm crawling.
Too busy arguing about the kid that tried to burn down the Elgin tree. I can't get mad at the Sox today.
Oh my God. There's just so much, especially being like on the and everyone has it in their job or whatever, but there's just always so much drama. Like I can't get in a fight over baseball. I just want my team to win. I'm gonna watch it.
Well,
I'm just gonna sit there and have a hot dog. I'm tired.
Well, we can. I'd like to know your thoughts on this as crew members, as fans in Chicago of the rivalry and what it means anymore. What it does mean, or is just a nice Cubs Sox baseball game. Is that all it is? White Sox lead the series 77-67 at Wrigley. White Sox are 40-32 at guaranteed rate. Comiskey, the Cell, whatever you want to call it these days, they're 37-35. So they do better on the road, actually. We'll see what happens. And also, free Red Line rides are back. So after tonight's game, if you're leaving, not going there, but leaving, you get a free Red Line ride home, courtesy of Molson Coors Vizzy Hard Seltzer.
Wow.
I can't even get through
They should make you the voice of that commercial.
First
Great
off,
job
listen,
selling it.
I drank Molson Golden when I was a kid. I love that beer.
Sound like you drank it before you read that. Hey, that is seltzer.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Harry Carey in the studio with us.
Oh, listen, everybody, get out there for the Molson Coors Vizzy Hard Seltzer Free Red Lines program tonight after the game.
Yeah, you get it right.
Holy cow. Holy cow. They also could have shortened the name to just Vizzy Hard Seltzer. Molson had to just lump on there because they own Vizzy. Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's their fault. You can't read.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Incubus, meet and greet, picnic tickets on the way.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Let's get into it. Clash with Kenzie. It is picnic week, and we got a bunch of tickets to the show at Northerly Island. It's coming up this Sunday. It's finally here. The wonderful event of picnic. And you got Incubus, Beach Weather, Giovanni and the Hired Guns, Bad Flower, and Paris Jackson. So, few tickets left, Q101.com. We got free ones right now if you beat Kenzie in a trivia contest. And you'll meet Incubus. Look up pictures of Brandon Boyd.
I did.
Very cute guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably getting in trouble for saying this, but he almost has an indie rock vibe with the long hair.
Yeah, he does.
Gives indie rock energy.
Went through some phases
I don't want to hear that. They're not indie rock. I know. Let's talk about his hair. That's all I was saying.
Well, you see him on stage a lot of times, and he pulls out, I don't know what you call the drum that you wear around, and he does an amazing job in some of the songs. What do you call bongos, I guess? I guess that's what it's called, but you wear it too. It's a big drum, though, and you wear it.
Bongo drums.
Yeah. He's really cool with that. Some of the breakdowns, and he has kind of a hippie vibe to him at times.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's got that hippie energy.
For a band that isn't a hippie band at all, like you said. But check in, 312-591-8300. Compete and be there and party with us and Incubus.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Let's go.
The Q101.
Up, hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay, let's go. I'm starting over. I have not had Molson Coors. I have not had Molson Coors Vizzy seltzers this morning,
You're
despite
a disaster.
popular belief.
You're going to get written up after the show.
Add it to the list. All right, here we go. So, compete against Kenzie here. Clash with Kenzie for picnic tickets. You'll meet Incubus. Everybody stay put, because if Kenzie wins, everybody's got a shot. But in the meantime, Joe checking in from Bloomingdale. Ahoy, Joe. You are competing against Kenzie. Tell us something really quick about yourself.
I am a special education teacher in the correction system, and I've written 2 books about my experiences.
Wow.
Wow.
Maybe we need you as a guest later on in the show. We can talk more about that.
Deal.
Sweet. That's crazy.
Is that out in Bloomingdale, or where do you work?
I work for the Elgin Mental Health Center, so the criminally insane right now.
Whew.
Oh, so you're near me.
There you go.
You do home visits for
Not
Kenzie?
because of the hospital, because I live in I'll like to clarify.
Brian pushes Kenzie just a little bit further. You will be able to teach her
I'm like,
too.
oh my God, Joe!
We're local and we're taking people in, you know?
All right, here we go. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point, and you can do the same to her. Count of 3. Say heads or tails. 1, 2, 3. Call it.
Head of the class.
It is heads.
Ooh.
All right, Joe.
But that's not what he said. I don't get it.
See what I got to deal with, Joe? See this?
Are you going to tell Joe he's the toughest job in the world and you're going to complain? You'll be fine. Push the button.
Okay. Here we go, Joe. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Joe. What must a mole do every 4 hours or it'll die?
I would say burrow.
Burrow is not right. Kenzie, do you know what a mole must do every 4 hours or it'll die?
I'm going to go with eat.
Eat is right. Kind of like me. Eat. Kenzie's got one.
Ew.
All
Back
right.
to her.
Big mole person.
Kenzie, what is the term for when someone uses a fake online identity for purposes of the beginning of a relationship?
Catfishing.
You ever done that?
No, but people have used my pictures before, and then you get hit up.
It's a good idea. I'm sorry, don't do that.
And I'm like, I don't know. You could probably find somebody better. Like if you're gonna copy an image.
That's a really subtle flex for your image to have been used by a catfish. That says you're really good looking.
That's not true because I've seen some of the photos. I'm like, why?
Yeah, why that one? Let me
not
send
even
you a
like
better
the
one.
good one. Like I don't know. I have some edited ones that look way better. You went with that? You went that direction?
So you're judgmental of the thief to use your image
Poor taste.
for catfishing. All right, 2-1.
2-0. Back to Joe. Joe has no points.
Joe, try to get one here.
I love that advice.
Just trying to be a pep talk. I'm a good halftime speech guy. All right. What now deceased spokesman advertised products such as OxyClean, Kaboom, and the Mighty Putty?
Is that Vince?
No.
Okay, it's the other one.
Remember the name of this guy on TV? You saw him all the time, Kenzie.
Was he the really hyper guy?
Well, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Oh, fine, you can't say it. But
I said yes. I mean, he was hyper, but all those guys are hype
I
men.
don't remember his name, but he's like, Shazam, the towel. I don't remember.
Well, not that guy, but it was Billy Mays, who did OxyClean all the time.
Billy Mays
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
Yeah, son of a nutcracker. When you said it, I knew it.
Uh-huh.
All right, 2-0. Back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, of the 6 main cast members on the TV show Friends, who was the oldest?
Ooh, Lisa Kudrow.
Lisa Kudrow was the oldest. Let's see. Back to Joe.
Yes.
What color appears in the middle of a rainbow, Joe? 3.
Green.
2. Green is right. Good job on the board. Kenzie, what basketball team plays their home games in Washington, D.C.?
The Wizards.
The Wizards.
He's a wizard, Harry.
Kenzie's got 4.
Yes, Joe's got 1. It's back to Joe.
Joe, what brand is known as the quicker picker-upper?
Downey.
Downey's right. Good job, Joe. And I hate to say this, but we're down to it. Kenzie can win right here.
What do you got for me?
What state elected former pro wrestler Jesse Ventura as its governor? Guess a state.
I don't know. It gives me California energy.
Not California. Joe,
They love doing that.
Joe, do you know?
Jesse the Body from Minnesota.
Minnesota. You live there.
Yeah, well, I didn't vote. Very young.
Back to Joe?
Yeah, 3-4. You can tie it up right here.
Oh, boy. Joe, what animal does California, since Kenzie mentioned California, what animal does California have on its state flag?
The bear.
A bear tied up.
A bear.
Love it.
Don't call it a comeback.
Well, not yet. It is 4-4. It's back to Kenzie. She can win with the correct answer and give everybody a shot at Incubus meet and greet
If I hear
passes.
the word state come out of your mouth, I'm going to punch you. Piss me off.
I'm looking for a state question.
You're the worst.
No state question. How about this? Joe Frost was the star of what early 2000s reality show featuring poorly behaved children?
Super Nanny!
Oh, crap. You knew that? I thought that was something you wouldn't know. Not a trash
Not to be
TV
confused
person.
with Jack Frost, a great kids.
The show was
show.
Super Nanny. Joe, great comeback, but didn't pull it off. We apologize.
Thanks for letting me play, guys.
Well, thanks for listening, man. We appreciate you. Appreciate what you do, too. We'll have you later on the show on a guest, okay? As a guest, I want to hear about your books and stuff.
Sounds good. Thanks.
We'll give you a prize pack. Hang on a second. We'll give you something, okay?
Thank you, guys.
All right, hold on. But in the meantime, everybody.
God bless the baby.
312-591-8300. Everybody now has a chance. Caller 10 at tickets to Picnic this Sunday, and you will meet Incubus. Call now. It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. Incredible story. Someone found a phone on a ski slope, and it was unlocked. And so they opened it up and looked at it, and on this phone had someone's life goals. Now, I think a lot of people preach their life goals on social media these days, or what my plan is, or how my day goes to be successful, work smarter, not harder, all that kind of stuff. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about your secret life goals. And this is a time for you to share them on the air. You could be anonymous at 312-591-8300, but actually you should be yourself, because I think you put it out there with our radio signal that Kenzie found out reaches past Sandwich over the weekend.
Crazy.
Reaches far.
It's strong in Sandwich, baby.
Yeah, get it out there. And then that's a universe thing. If you put your information out there of what you want, and we're going to help you with that right now by you saying it on the air. You got to call up, no texting, 312-591-8300. If you have to text, fine. But we love hearing your voice on this because you're passionate of what you really want to do. We want to know what you do for a living, but what your secret life goal is.
But like a juicy one. Don't be like, I want to see Italy.
Yeah, not that kind of. Let me give you an example.
Same.
There's a bunch on this phone I want to read, and some of them are amazing that this was found on this kid's phone. What he wants to do. For example, he said his life goal was to get jacked and be 191 pounds. Pretty specific.
That's cute.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the kid looks like. I'm not sure how old he is. I'm guessing he's probably around 18, 17 years old, this kid. I'll even give you another one that they found on his phone. Have $25,000 in a bank account.
I love that.
These are real goals.
Yeah.
People think about it on a daily basis. Like you said, it's not like, I want to go to Italy, I want to go to France. No. And I want to hear from you guys on this at 312-591-8300. We want to hear what's your secret life goal that maybe no one in your life knows about, but you share it with Brian and Kenzie and the universe to the radio signal, and then maybe it'll happen.
Is yours
for you.
that you want to get jacked?
Well, look at this definition here on my tricep.
You know you're not jacked. Don't do this.
I
Gabe.
don't know that.
You do know that. Come on. Megan's kind of jacked, to be honest. Megan
Your lifts weights every
is
day.
a badass.
Yeah, I know. I look at the weights and I say,
That your wife's lifting?
yeah, and I say, I want to do that. I should be getting back into weightlifting. I used to do it when I was younger, and I'm like, I should get back into that. And something doesn't do it for me. So maybe your inspiration of your stories today will help with that. Do you have a secret life goal you want to share in a couple minutes?
Me?
I know a lot about a secret one.
think.
I'll tell you mine. I have one I want to share in 7 minutes here. 7:50, we'll get into it. But I want to hear from you guys at 312-591-8300. And I'll give you more that was found on this guy's phone that are amazing and hilarious.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, we're talking about a phone that was found on a ski slope by a guy. And on the phone, it was unlocked. He saw that the person, which was probably like a 17, 18-year-old kid, had a list of his life goals and kind of in secret life goals. Maybe he hasn't told anybody about them. And that's kind of what we're talking about here at Brian and Kenzie on Q101 at 312-591-8300. I mentioned one of his goals was get jacked and be 191 pounds.
Oh.
Another one was to have $25,000 in the bank account. Some of the other ones on his things, have a motorbike.
Have a motorbike.
Quit all nicotine. Must be a little smoker young there, maybe. And get good grades in college.
Oh, so he's very young.
Yeah, probably. I'm guessing 17, 18 from the way it went. But there's a couple other better ones here that were fun. Don't get a haircut for 3 months. That's a life goal. Now, 3 months isn't that long. If you're going to say don't get a haircut for a year. I've always wanted to wait a year and see what happened to my hair.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Don't get a haircut for 3 months.
I get my hair cut every 3 months. I mean, I kind of wait about two to 3 months. So, dude, that's not that big a deal. Go for that one. You're good. He also says, have 3 girls on the roster. That's a life goal he has.
Oh, so he's a piece of crap.
So you loved him until that one, didn't you?
Yep.
And the final, he says, get better at fighting. That was a life goal.
What is happening?
That's a real, I can see that being a
He
17.
should get better at fighting before
the girls.
cheating on a bunch of a bunch of women.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a casual relationship on the roster, 3 girls, but I can very relate to get better at fighting. I think everybody wants to be able to handle themselves, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you've handled half the girls in Florida when they come at you.
I'm fine with the fighting. Check.
Yeah, you're good
I got
with that
better at
one.
fighting at one point in my life.
Do you have a life goal that no one knows about that you want to share right now on the air, Kenzie?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't have one?
Well, I used to. So when I was young, one of my goals was to be on the cover of a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it on to 2 in
which
my
ones?
20s. Oh my God.
Minnesota Prison Monthly?
Yeah, that was perfect. Mugshots Daily. No, it was called, I don't even remember the name. How bad is that I don't remember the name?
I don't know.
I made it onto Voyage magazine, and then I had one more. And it was
Voyage
my
the one that's
first
on planes?
I don't remember either. How bad is that?
Yeah, you
I don't
really
know.
wanted this, didn't you?
One is distributed. I did, and I was really I was so excited about it. I got a whole spread. Oh my God, the name's on the tip of my tongue. But it's a big Florida magazine, so it was in stores and stuff in Florida, my first one. And then, Voyage, I want to say it's like a Michigan magazine or something. I don't know, it's weird. So that was one of my goals for a long time. I think that I have more work goals than anything. And then I have categories. I have work goals, personal goals, and then enjoyable goals. So I have categories, and they're not fun.
Okay.
So, but the magazine one was huge, and I was really excited. I'm like, I did it. I was
You
on
still
a
have the magazine?
Yes.
Can you post a picture on Facebook at some point?
I'll find it. It's on my Instagram for sure. I'll find it. Yeah.
All right, I'd love to see it.
For sure.
312-591-8300. Teneme checking in from Chicago. Ahoy.
Ahoy, Brian and Kenzie. How are you?
Yeah, doing pretty good. So give us that life goal that maybe no one knows about.
Well, I mean, to touch base on the kid, I'm in my early 40s and I do horrible things for a bank account with $25,000, but that's beside the point. So it's not really a secret goal, but if Brian is offering broadcasted airtime, couldn't hurt. I'm an artist. I'm a cartoonist. If anybody follows Lauren, Q101's Lauren O'Neill on social media, you may have seen that I drew her a picture for Christmas. And I've been my mom bragged that I drew a recognizable stick figure at 18 months old, and like I said, I'm in my early 40s. I turned 41 in a couple weeks, and I've been working since I was 14 years old, but it's always been menial, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 or retail jobs. And it's just, I'd like to be able to just do my art for a living. I would like people to enjoy my artwork. I've got a comic strip that I started working on with a friend who was writing it. And then depression kind of pushed me off drawing it for a while. I've been trying to start up one of my many comic book ideas for a while. So, I would like people to enjoy my art to the point where, I don't have to do anything but create art. And I developed arthritis in my early 20s.
Wow.
And so drawing became really, really difficult. But about 9-ish years ago, someone showed me the app Procreate on iPads. And ever since I started using that, I've drawn more in the last 9.5 years than I did the rest of my life.
That's
So
good. That's good.
That's
I'm,
cool.
I'm glad you got that out there because that's for people like that. And you're not alone, by the way, with that art thing of your hustle, what you want to do, but you have to get a real job. And I remember just seeing, Tony Bennett died, last week. Who my dad loved Tony Bennett, and there was a documentary over the weekend I watched about him, and said the same thing that I remember hearing Chris Cornell say, that when he was young, he decided to be a singer. And I don't care if I ever make it. This is what I'm going to do. So if I'm broke and I, do whatever I have to do, drive a truck during the day, but as long as I'm singing, and I kind of envy that. I wish I play guitar, and I kind of was hoping that maybe I didn't have that energy at 18, that courage, that fortitude.
Oh my God, please do it. I just want to pass you outside with your little case open on the street.
I will. If I need encouragement to do that, because I played in bands, but I haven't. I've put my, since Harper's been
heckle
bored.
you?
Well, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for any heckling. I'm not. Bill, you suck. You suck.
Get a day job.
Yeah. Like live social media, basically.
Oh,
Kenzie's out front every day saying I suck. That's
Brian's
great.
trying to accomplish this one bucket list dream.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.